Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Today I am sharing one of my all-time favorite crockpot recipes for homestyle barbecue. Today I'm using country style pork ribs, but you can use chicken, beef, whatever you have on hand. It works with all proteins and it's super delicious. I'm going to mix my barbecue sauce in a large measuring cup just to save on dishes. You're going to need yellow mustard, ketchup, minced garlic, pepper, brown sugar, soy sauce, some type of vinegar, some type of oil. You can use extra virgin olive oil or vegetable oil. And I'm using Coca-Cola today, but it is optional. As usual, I will have the full recipe written out in the description box below. So I'm using, like I said, country style pork ribs, and these have small bones in them, and you will see at the end how easily the bones come out. If you've never tried country style pork ribs, they are phenomenal. But you can use chicken, that's also great, or even beef. For the homestyle barbecue sauce, a lot of these things you probably have in your pantry. We're gonna start with 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can use light or dark. I'm using light here because it's what I have on hand. Next, I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, but if you like more, feel free to add more to your barbecue sauce. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of an oil of your choice. I'm using extra virgin olive oil, but you can use vegetable oil or regular olive oil, both work. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Next, we're going to add some white vinegar. Another great vinegar to use in this is apple cider vinegar, but the best part about this recipe is it is very versatile and you can use what you have. So I added 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then next up, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of prepared mustard. You probably noticed that I did not add any salt, and that is because we are going to be using 1/3 cup of soy sauce. And I am actually using low sodium soy sauce, but even with that, it adds enough saltiness for your sauce. This next ingredient, which is Coca-Cola, is optional. I have made this sauce with and without it, and both are really delicious. But the Coke adds a whole extra layer of tenderness to these ribs, in my opinion. So if you have it, definitely give this one a try. And then the last ingredient that we're going to add is 1/2 cup of ketchup, just plain old ketchup, and this is what will give some body to your barbecue sauce. This barbecue sauce is really easy to put together, and like I said, you can swap ingredients out for what you have. But this recipe is one that I have made and tweaked for years. My kids absolutely love whenever I make either pork ribs or chicken, and it is a huge crowd favorite. And you know what? If you made it while you are cooped up at home, you would have a ton of leftovers to munch on for the whole week. So you want to just go ahead and whisk up all your ingredients. Make sure it's really well incorporated. And then we're just going to pour this right over our pork ribs. Also, another option is if you wanted a 1-pot meal, you could definitely add carrots and potatoes or some other veggies of your choice, either on top or underneath your meat of choice. I just prefer to cook these on its own, and we were having a separate side dish on this particular night. So you want to cover these up, put it on low, and cook them for as long as you can. I usually say 6 to 8 hours. 8 hours is best. this is what they looked like after cooking for about 8.5. And as you will see in a second, look at this, they just fall apart. I just used my tongs and I made sure to pull out the small bones. So there's one of those in each of these country ribs, so I just discard those, and the meat just shreds all on its own. I leave it in the juices in the crock pot, and we just served it right from here. This is one of my kids' favorites, and it is such a flavorful sauce. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. I have an excellent recipe coming next week for a delicious dessert. You don't want to miss it.